Welcome to the inspiring story of a legend, a voice of the oppressed, and a beacon of hope for many. Lucky Philip Dube. Born on August 3rd, 1964 in Ermelo, South Africa, Lucky was destined to change the music landscape forever. His record sales across the world earned him the best-selling African Musician Prize at the 1996 World Music Awards. In his lyrics, Dube discussed issues affecting South Africans and Africans in general to a global audience. He recorded 22 albums in a 25-year period and was Africa's best-selling reggae artist of all time. Dube was murdered in the Johannesburg suburb of Rosentville on the evening of 18th October 2007. Today, we delve into the life, legacy, and impact of one of Africa's greatest reggae musician. Let's explore Lucky Dube early life, marriage, family, music, and his death.
I was born in a small town in the Eastern Transvaal called Ermelo. So the language we spoke at home was Zulu language, which I think most of you do know something about. This town is in the Eastern Transvaal called Ermelo. It's about 200 km from Swaziland. So I was born there, and I went to school there until I was doing standard 4. And then after that I moved to another town called Standerton, also in the Transvaal.
Biography. Early life. Lucky Dube was born in Ermelo, Transvaal, now known as Mpumalanga, on 3rd of August 1964. His parents separated before his birth, and he was raised by his mother, who named him Lucky. Dube was named Lucky for a reason. His birth was seen as a blessing after his mother's struggle with previous pregnancies.
I must say we're lucky to have you. But before I finish up, why is your name Lucky?
They named me Lucky because what happened is my mother didn't have children for like a long time, right?
Okay.
And so she finally got a boy that I think he only lived for like 3 months, and he died.
Okay.
And he was very sick, yes. And then there was also like this long break.
Okay.
And then after the long break, I was born.
All right.
And then I was also like a very sickly child when I was born, and they thought I'm gonna die too.
Okay.
And so then they were like waiting for me to die. Mm-hmm. And they didn't give me a name until I was about 6 months old.
All right.
And then when I didn't die, they said, well, that's a very lucky boy. He's very, very lucky to be alive after 6 months, because we thought he's gonna die. Okay. And that's why they named me Lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Along with his 2 siblings, Thandi and Mandra, Dube spent much of his childhood with his grandmother, Sarah, where his mother relocated to work. His grandmother, Sarah, played a pivotal role in his upbringing, instilling values that shaped him to the responsible man he became. In his own words, she was his greatest love, guiding him through the challenges of life. Reflecting on his upbringing, Lucky once said, and I quote, "It is the struggle that teaches resilience, and my grandmother was the foundation of my strength." End of quoting. In a 1999 interview, he described his grandmother as his greatest love, and I quote, "My grandmother is my greatest love, who multiplied many things to bring up this responsible man that I am today." End of quoting. Dube worked as a gardener in his young years, but later decided to go to school in order to improve his economic prospects. Despite facing economic hardships, Lucky's passion for music ignited early. Working as a gardener, he sought education to uplift his future. It was in school that he discovered his love for music. There, he joined a choir and with some friends formed his first musical ensemble, the Love Brothers, a band that introduced him to vibrant sounds of Zulu pop music known as Mbaqanga.
How did you start playing music?
Well, I started playing music when I was about 8 years old, but that was just singing in local bands where I lived. But professionally, I started in 1979.
What type of music did you play in the beginning and how?
Well, now the thing is, in 1979, I met my producer, the guy who's my producer now, Richard Siluma. I met him. He was with a band called the Love Brothers. So they were playing Mbaqanga kind of music, which was very popular kind of music back home. Every band used to play that kind of music. And so when I joined this band, I started by playing drums and doing backing vocals and things like that. It's only in 1982 that I recorded my own solo album.
Which was the first album you recorded?
My first album that I recorded was called Kudala Ngikuncenga, which was in the Mbaqanga kind of music. That's a Zulu soul music. It was called Kudala Ngikuncenga.
What does it mean?
Well, Kudala Ngikuncenga means I've been begging you for a long time.
We thank Mr. Lucky Dube one more for coming to Uganda, and I hope you enjoy the party tonight.
Yeah, it's a cooking party. It's cooking. Yeah, it's cooking. And again, we thank the people that made this possible. Hey, we're back here, and thank you very much, Girls Nalaga, for making this possible again.
The band signed with Till Record Company and recorded the album Lucky Dube and Super Soul. And that's when Dube began to learn English. It was in school that he discovered his love for music, joining the choir and forming his first band, the Skyway Band. Performing at local events, Lucky began to hone his craft, gaining confidence as a musician. His journey to music took a serious turn at the age of 18. Dube discovered the Rastafari movement. In 1984, he released Rasta Never Dies, making his transition to reggae.
Pronounce it?
Mbaqanga.
Mbaqanga.
Yeah.
To reggae.
Well, I think it happened about 1984. That was the first time I released a reggae album. But from 1979 up to 1984, I was doing Mbaqanga. the change came in 1984.
So exactly what is that? I mean, it's like Hugh Masekela's music was years ago, and the people who did Serafina and stuff like that?
Well, yes, the Serafina type style, yes, and Mashatini and them. Yeah, that was the kind of music I was doing before.
Did you dance with it as well?
Oh yes, that's where maybe the dancing started, you know, because you cannot just do that music without dancing, because it's just very vibey music, and it's got a nice beat to it, and you have to dance, you know. So I was dancing, you know, quite a lot, you know, even then.
Reggae journey.
The first album I made in reggae was called Rasta Never Dies. This one was banned because they said I'm promoting Rastafarianism, which they actually don't like, I mean, back home there. And so there's a black radio station called Radio Zulu, and another one, Radio Tswana, Pedi, and all. Those are the radio stations really that play a lot of reggae music. They've got reggae programs on their stations, and they are the stations that play reggae music.
Despite initial setbacks, including the album being banned for its critical lyrics, Lucky's resolve only grew stronger. However, it was reggae that truly called to him. Inspired by icons like Jimmy Cliff and Peter Tosh, Lucky recognized the power of reggae's socio-political messages. On the release of his fifth album, Davey Segal, who became Dube's sound engineer, encouraged him to drop the super soul element of the name. Four subsequent albums were recorded as Lucky Dube. Around this time, the singer noticed that fans were responding positively to some reggae songs he played during the concerts. Drawing inspiration from Jimmy Cliff and Peter Tosh, he felt the socio-political messages associated with Jamaican reggae were relevant to a South African audience in an institutionally racist society. He decided to try the new musical genre, and in 1984 he released the mini album Rasta Never Dies.
And after that, I was in Standerton until I did my Standard 8. After that, I went to Newcastle. That is, Newcastle is situated in Natal, about 300 km from Johannesburg, which is where I met Richard, my producer.
Speak on your influence of Peter Tosh. What influence Tosh has had on you and your music?
Well, Peter Tosh was basically the reason really behind my getting into reggae, because when I first heard Peter Tosh, I really liked his music and I liked his message. Basically everything about Peter Tosh really was great. He is still, even today, the foundation of what I'm doing.
Reggae music came to me in 1984, because all along I was playing this Mbaqanga, but it's only in 1984 that I changed and do reggae. Now the thing is, back home, since Mbaqanga was the very popular kind of music, so any band, any upcoming band was doing the same kind of music. Like when you live in Jamaica, you know reggae music being the only kind of music that you can play. So it happened to me in that way. Back home I played Mbaqanga, but after some time, in 1984, this kind of music became somewhat, people get bored because of this music because every band was playing it, everyone was playing this kind of music, and so people turned not to like it anymore. So now even if I had a message that I wanted to send through to people, it wouldn't come through properly because people didn't like it. And so I thought I should try and sing something fresh, something that the people don't know about, something that will come to them as something new, that will make them listen to me. And so it was only possible through reggae because no one was doing reggae in South Africa before I started.
I am not saying this because I'm empowered, but I'm thinking of the lives that we lose every time we fight. Killing innocent people, yes.
The record sold poorly, selling around 4,000 units in comparison to 30,000 units his Mbaqanga record says. Keen to suppress anti-apartheid activism, the regime banned the album in 1985 because of its critical lyrics, such as in the song War and Crime. Dube was not discouraged, however, and continued to perform the reggae tracks live. He wrote and produced a second reggae album, Think About the Children, in 1985. It achieved platinum sales status and established Dube as a popular reggae artist in South Africa, in addition to attracting attention outside his homeland.
So after this first album, what other albums you recorded?
Well, after I recorded, having recorded this very first album, I was recording an album every year. So I have about 5 or 6 albums in Mbaqanga. Because the second one I recorded was Lengani Ngeyetu and Abatagati, and I can't remember all of them because it's a long time back. I can't remember all of them. But it's about 5 or 6 Zulu albums that I recorded.
Commercial and critical success. After a long struggle, Dube continued to release commercially successful albums, and in 1989 he won 4 OKTV Award for Prisoner, 1 for Captured Live the following year, and another 2 for House of Exile the year after. His 1993 album, named Victims, sold over 1 million copies worldwide. He later, 1995, earned a worldwide recording contract with Motown.
All of these songs that I write are based on true stories, things that have happened in my life. And so this is very important actually because of the fact that South Africa is getting into a new era or something, with the elections and all that coming up. And so it's something new. It's very important. That is why I say this thing of being victimized and all that has got to come to an end, because I think with these upcoming elections, we, the people of South Africa, will choose people that will represent not black people and not white people, but a government that will represent the people of South Africa, not black and not white. And in that way, I think we can end a bit of this victimization that's going on. Victims is a song that I wrote about people. I know that people in the world, one time or another, have been and still will be victims of something. I have been a victim of a lot of different things. I've been victimized and brutalized quite a lot. And I could not keep this to myself. The people out there have got to know about such things, because sometimes we become victims and of things that we didn't bring to ourselves. Some people make things, some people do things that eventually make us, some innocent people, victims of the situation.
The song says that people are victims of their situations, and that they often find themselves in situations that they actually can't do anything about, that they aren't actually in control of their lives. That's what the song says. And the video just takes that theme, I think, and abstracts it and says, we show scenes of a military band marching across that burnt out human settlement, and shots of women and children as refugees. And in my mind, I see them as the women and children are refugees because their homes have been burnt down, which is quite a real situation in South Africa.
I'm not saying we are victims and that's it, it's got to stay like that. I think now is the time that everybody must stand up and try to stop this victimization that's going on here. We can't just sit there and say we are victims, but it's time now that everybody must stand up.
Ingoma i-victim uma ngilalele ngiye ngizwe ngifikelwa inyembezi kuye ukuthi ngikhale ngoba i-victim ifike ngesikhathi esibi la izwe lakithi limanxika-nxika ngokulungisa iy'nkinga zalo, kodwa-ke iy'nkinga zingalungiswa ngobuhle, zilungiswa ngobubi kanjalo sazi ukuthi sishonelwa ama-leader, sishonelwa into eziningi. So i-victim ithe uma ifika yangiphatha kabuhlungu kabi kangaho-ke uma ngiyilalele kuyokuvele kubuye nje iy'nsuku lezi enziwe ngazo and ney'nsuku zey'nkinga esidibane nazo uma sisestudio thina ngapha lokufa abantu ngapha nangapha nangapha. So ngaleyo ndlela i-victim ngiyayithanda kakhulu, okanye futhi ngiyathemba ukuthi iyohlala ikhona enhlizweni yami ngoba izobe ingikhumbuza lesikhathi lesi eyenziwe ngaso and nalezi zinto bezenzeka ku-South Africa yonkana.
It's very difficult to answer the question of what is the message of the video, because the song itself has got a very strong message, and I think that speaks for itself. So when I conceptualized the video, I decided that I'd try and sort of go away from try and abstract what the song was saying, so that we weren't actually harping on about what the song was saying. We were doing something else. I think the imagery depicts things which exist in real life, and there's nothing wrong with using what you see around you in a music video.
His 1995 album, Trinity, was the first release on Taboo Record after Motown's acquisition of the label. In 1996, he released the compilation album Serious Reggae Business, which led to him being named the best-selling African recording artist at the World Music Awards and the International Artist of the Year at the Ghana Music Award.
Speak on your social, the social things you speak about in your music, the racial stereotypes, the assumptions that people make. How do you bring that out in your music?
Well, I write my music about people. I write my music about myself. I write music about real things that are happening, to real people. There's no song that I have written that is just an imaginary thing, So all the things that I write about are things that people relate to, are things that have happened to people one time or another.
You mentioned on a little article that I read that by the time you come off your tour, you had all the music ready for Trinity.
Yeah.
What inspires you doing that? I mean, how does you get it together? I mean, you're so busy doing this. How do you have time to sit and put music together, to arrange it and all that stuff?
Well, I think that's about the best time of writing my music, because I meet a lot of different people, different cultures and stuff, and that's where the inspiration comes from, because I write my songs about people, and so meeting different people kind of inspires, me quite a lot. Yeah. And like now Trinity is out, but I have already started writing material for the next album. Yeah.
What is the concept of Trinity?
Trinity talks about education. I found that in South Africa with the new government, to me it meant time for education. Black people were going to educate white people, and white people were going to educate black people, because we did not really know much about each other in the past, except the fact that black people thought of white people as oppressors, and white people thought of black people as criminals. And so with Trinity, like I said, it's the three reasons that I do music: to educate, to entertain, and to unite. But Trinity comes in with the education part now, where we're going to educate each other about the different cultures that we have, about all the different things that we have about each other, not just criminals and oppressors. Trinity is about education.
In the meantime, kindly make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring stories. His next 3 records each won South African Music Awards. His 2005 album Respect and a European release through a deal with Warner Music. Dube toured internationally, sharing stages with artists such as Sinead O'Connor, Peter Gabriel, and Sting. He appeared at the 1991 Reggae Sunsplash. Uniquely that year, he was invited back on stage for a 25-minute long encore and the 2005 Live 8 event in Johannesburg. In addition to performing music, Dube was a sometimes actor, appearing in the feature films like Voice in the Dark, Getting Lucky, and Lucky Strikes Back.
You called me, sir? Yes, Lucky. Just have a seat. Thank you. Well, Lucky, it's about this. But we are playing a show very soon, sir, and you know, I'm not having any reasons. I'm responsible to management to keep this place running properly. You see, in order to do that, I need work. Is there anything wrong with my job, sir? No. But the thing is, you are just in line for promotion. We're in line? Yes. Unfortunately, no choice.
What's it been like for you back in South Africa?
Yeah, well, things were happening. You say, because as soon as I came back from here, I recorded this new album called Prisoner, and I've done a movie, and a lot of things have been happening for me.
Which movie did you do? Was it the horror flick you mentioned?
No, I couldn't do the horror, because it became so expensive. In South Africa, we can't do a movie like that, and so we just made a musical thriller with John Savage of The Deer Hunter and James Ryan and them. We just made it's a musical thriller, because we couldn't get into that serious stuff like Dracula's and all that like I wanted to, but I really would like to make one horror movie, very scary one.
And this one from the album called Prisoner. This is a song called Dracula. Gonna try and hide in the darkness of the night, but she's gonna get you, cause he's no human, he's Dracula.
Dube was the only African who took reggae music and used it as a platform to promote racial equality within South Africa during apartheid. He used musical genre to frame his argument about colonialism and African slave trade, and how he felt that Africa should be reclaimed by the black race.
Ministers of religion have visited me many times to talk about it. They say to me, I gotta leave it, I gotta leave it, 'cause I'm back for my mom, and I'm trying to leave it. First get to
Since the change from apartheid to struggling toward non-apartheid system in South Africa, what's life been like for you? What's the difference? Do you see a difference in your life and the lifestyle of your friends and relatives?
Well, so far, politically, there hasn't been any really big change, except for the fact that as a musician, I now have the right to sing and talk about anything that I want to sing and talk about without any fear of being arrested or chased around with police, and stuff like that. I can sing and talk about whatever I want to sing and talk about with no fear.
Death. On 18th October 2007, Dube was killed by armed robbers in Rosentrafield, a Johannesburg suburb, shortly after dropping 2 of his 7 children off at their uncle's house. Dube was driving his Chrysler 300C, which the assailants were after. After an investigation, police report suggested he was shot dead by carjackers who did not recognize him and believed that he was Nigerian. Later, 5 men were arrested in connection with the murder, where 3 were tried and found guilty on 31st March 2009. In a police report, 2 of the men attempted to escape and were arrested. Later, after a trial, Dube's convicted killers were sentenced to life in prison.
Who is Lucky Dube?
Who is Lucky Dube? Lucky Dube is a singer from South Africa. He is trying to make sense out of life, trying to send a message across to people everywhere in the world, and calling for unity amongst people, not just black people, but white people, green people, whatever people there are. That's who Lucky Dube is trying to bring together.
What is the hope of your music?
The hope of the music is, of course, that of getting people together. People have been separated for a long time. And I do music for 3 reasons. I do music to entertain, to educate, and to unite people. That is me and my music.
So Lucky, would you regard yourself as a Rastafarian?
Well, yes, I do regard myself as a Rastafarian, though at the moment I still have a problem, because like I said, back home Rastafarians are not really welcome, and so the problem I have at the moment is that I don't know much about the Rastafarian way of life, I mean the culture and everything, and so it's only now that I'm starting to be exposed to people who know the Rastafarian way of life and the culture, so I'm still learning about it, because back home we ain't got no books and we don't have Rastafarians, I mean people who can tell me more about the culture and things like that. So I'm still learning about it, because it's the kind of life I want. That's why I consider myself as a Rasta. There's some kind of similarity between Rasta and my Zulu tradition.
Legacy. On 21st October 2009, Lycodisc released a compilation album entitled Retrospective, which featured many of Dube's most influential songs, as well as tracks previously not released in the United States. The album celebrated Dube's music and honored the contribution he made to South Africa. The Roots Reggae Library since then has taken steps to store digital version of artists' Mbaqanga albums made in the 1980s. 5 of the 6 albums have been retrieved. Only Gikwe Dembe Na has yet to be found. As one of the first artists to bring Africa reggae to the mainstream, Dube bridged cultural gap within the African diaspora. What his music did was present a praxis of cross-culturality and visionary possibility. Dube gave Africa a voice and put its culture on the global stage by joining global reggae community.
It's a song from the album called Together as One, and it's the very same song that I'm going to give you now, called Together as One.
Through taking Jamaican music back to its roots, he recontextualized the oppression and the political struggles that reggae seeps itself in, bringing the basis of the diaspora back in the conversation with the diaspora at large to allow for more Pan-African form of cultural expression. Dube's roots reggae brought African people to the table in terms of conversation about the black diaspora by mimicking Caribbean artist assertion of African authenticity. On 22nd September 2017, Garo Records, South Africa's, released a 25-track limited edition commemorative album titled The Times We've Shared. The album features Dube's biggest hits, exclusive performances, and 3 previous unreleased tracks. In Australia, Dube's music found resonance in remote Aboriginal communities, and his popularity has led him to be called bigger than Beatrice throughout much of central northern Australia. During this period, South Africa was grappling with apartheid, a system of institutionalized racial segregation. Lucky's music became a voice for those who were oppressed, resonating with the struggle of his people.
Do you think you'll continue playing reggae music for a long time, or in fact, you think you may make a change in a couple of years like you did before?
Well, I think now reggae is me. I am reggae. I'm gonna play reggae for the rest of my life, because that's the only kind of music that makes me happy. That's the only kind of music that I can express my feelings to my people with. Because I'm not singing because I can, or maybe I was given the chance to sing, but it's a kind of expressing my feelings to my people and on behalf of my people. So I think I'm gonna work for my people for the rest of my life. So I ain't gonna change now. I am reggae and reggae is me.
Mandela is standing for the upliftment of the black people's right, not to destroy the black people as it's happening right now. People are destroying each other because maybe of the fact that he's released. That is not what he stands for.
Through perseverance, Lucky achieved monumental success. His album, Victim, sold over 1 million copies worldwide. His music resonated not just in South Africa, but globally. Notable tracks like Prisoner and House of Exile showcased his ability to blend catchy melodies with powerful messages. His album, Trinity, marked a turning point, earning him worldwide recording contract with Motown and further solidifying his status as reggae icon. Fans and fellow artists alike have shared how Lucky's music changed their lives. One fan noted, his music gave us hope during the darkest time. Lucky taught us that our struggle could be transformed into powerful anthems.
Lucky Dube music is very happy, and I like them because that's African music.
Lucky is a great guy to us. We like him very much.
Musicians like Sinead O'Connor and Peter Gabriel have expressed admiration for Lucky's talent, emphasizing how he brought African reggae to the globe stage, creating a bridge between cultures. Lucky used his platform to speak out against apartheid and advocate for racial equality and social justice. His music was more than entertainment, it was a movement. He bridged cultural gaps and gave a voice to the struggle of African people.
must think on how to escape from it.
You don't think there's any way to remove that from somebody's mind?
Well, it's with the people. The government can do whatever the people want, but if the people can't do it themselves, it's pointless. Because I saw things happening in America that I never thought can happen in America. Things that I thought might happen only in South Africa, since South Africa is like the center of apartheid. But now, having done all these tours in America, France, and all of these places, I think apartheid is just something that is within the people's minds, and it cannot be removed by the government. It can only be removed by the people themselves. You know, it's with the people, because this whole thing is all in the minds. It's all in the people's minds. Yeah.
Sadly, on October 18th, 2007, this light was extinguished and he was tragically murdered during a carjacking in Johannesburg. His death sent shockwaves throughout the world, highlighting ongoing issues of violence and crime in South Africa. Though his life was cut short, Lucky's music continued to inspire and uplift. Posthumous releases and tributes honor his contribution to music and society. His legacy is a powerful reminder of impact one individual can have in fight for justice and equality.
So they keep telling me I should come to South Africa.
Coming to South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think now a lot of people will start coming to South Africa, especially now that there are these changes taking place in South Africa. I think a lot of people will actually come to South Africa to visit, and I can be very happy if some people from America can come to South Africa and see, you know, what's happening in South Africa, because some people have a very wrong idea about South Africa. Some people think we still jump from one rope to another like Tarzan or something. We're living in forests and things like that. People could ask you, do you guys know an air conditioning, or do you guys have TVs in South Africa? Do you drive cars? Do you know? But I think it can be better if some people from America can come to South Africa and see, you know. Well, not as far as this apartheid in South Africa is concerned, because apartheid is everywhere. I have toured in America the past 2 years, and to me it just seems like it's the same everywhere. Because, like I always say, that apartheid can be removed from the books, but it can never be removed from the people's minds. And so I think that is everywhere, you know. I'm talking about South Africa as a country. People must just come someday and see what's happening down there.
Reflecting on his mission, Lucky once said, and I quote, "Music is a weapon, and I use it to fight for freedom and justice." End of quoting. Remembering Lucky Dube is not just about celebrating a musician, it's about continuing his fight for a better world. Let's keep his message alive through sharing his music and story to inspire future generations. Join us in honoring the legacy of Lucky Dube, a true icon of reggae and a champion for change. Rest in peace, Lucky Philip Dube.
To be the first to buy it. Really, very, very heavy.
He's a good singer, and
awareness, like for everybody. We are liking reggae music so that the people of South Africa will enjoy the music from Lucky Dube. I like his music, and I always watching him in the TV.
Lucky? Yeah, he's a musician.
It's Lucky.
And Dube? That's my last name.
That's your last name?
Yeah.
Does it mean anything in...
Dube is a zebra. Zulu in the Zulu language, a Dube is a zebra.
We thank Mr. Lucky Dube one more for coming to Uganda.
Yeah, we are the victims every time. However, I believe, as I did when I recorded the album Together as One, that we should always be optimistic. You know, the track Different Colors, One People on the Victims album is reinforcing my message that we should all unite, irrespective of race, color, or creed. And you know, when we're reading the Bible about the creation of the earth and all that, the Bible tells us that God created man in his image, but it does not say whether that man that God created was white or black. And so when I see a black man, I see the image of God. I see a white man, I see the image of God. And that's the way it should be. We belong together.
So have you put on performances there in South Africa?
Yeah.
In Johannesburg or Soweto?
Yeah, around Johannesburg, and I've done some shows in Natal, which is the Zululand side of it.
So are you Zulu?
No.
What is
I am just human.
Okay, I like that. What is happening to that Sun City that was so popular for a while that there was?
Well, it is still very popular, but now the thing is that Mangope is no more there. The president Mangope is no more there, so that has been, I think, taken back into South Africa, which it was South Africa before, but apparently people were not happy there about Mangope, and people, when the whole of South Africa was voting, the people in Maputo wanted to vote as well, but Mangope wouldn't let them. And so maybe that's when the people decided they don't want him anymore. But it's still popular.
The name Lucky Dube, someone mentioned to me that it has dub in it. I said, hey, I didn't think about that, because they said, well, how do you pronounce it? So how did you get the name Lucky Dube?
Well, Lucky is my name, like James, and Dube is my last name, as in Hanson. I got the name Lucky because my mother didn't have children for a long time, and finally she got a boy, and when he was about 3 months, he got very sick and he died. And so when I was born, there was that little break again, long break, and when my mother finally got me, I also got sick, very sick, and they thought I'm gonna die too. And so I didn't have a name until I was maybe about 6 months old. They would just call me the boy or the child. And then I didn't die, and so they said, well, he's very lucky, he's a very lucky boy, and they called me Lucky. And that's how I got the name Lucky. But Dube is my last name.
I feel like jumping into that pool over there.
Hi, I'm Lucky Dube. Welcome to Reggae Strong once again.
Who did the choreography for your dances, Lucky?
You mean on stage?
Yeah.
Well, I do it myself and the people I'm with in the band. It's a whole sort of network thing. We're doing everything together because, I can't do everything on my own. And so the band itself gets involved in whatever we do. And so the choreography and all that we do together. Because maybe somebody in the band has got something that he can put into the whole performance, and we give those people a chance, and so the whole thing is done by the band.
Well, how did you become a Rasta and why?
When I was doing standard 8 at school, I was doing some work in the library, in the school's library, and that's when I started, I found an encyclopedia that was talking about reggae music and about Rastafarianism, and I just liked the way of life. What I read about was Rastafarianism being a way of life, not a religion. And that's what I really liked, just the way of life, you know. Even though today being a Rasta means smoking ganja and meaning that to have dreadlocks and play reggae music, to some people that's what being a Rasta means, you know.
What does it mean to you?
To me, it's about consciousness, be it socially or politically, you know. It's basically consciousness.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Harare International Airport. We'll be taking off again after 3 hours. The flight to Johannesburg will be 6 hours and 30 seconds. And so those of you who want to go to the toilet, you cannot do so.
What do you think about that flight?
Hey, that flight is amazing. I remember when I was in the army using that kind of flight.
A flight where you can sleep properly.
What do you think about the flight?
Hey, number one.
We're gonna try and see what we can do.
Oh yeah? And what's in South Africa? What do you think is this? Huh?
Mr. Dube, so what do you think of the women in Kenya?
What did you say, the women? You want the truth?
Have you got this on camera? The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
The women in Kenya. I was locked up in my room all day, so I didn't see any.
Be in Africa, and here the gear arrives 5 minutes before the show. These are the amps and for the mids and the horns.
Are you looking forward to the show? Oh yes. I thought it was 10 o'clock. Oh no, nearly, isn't it? No, it is 10.
What time are we actually on? 10?
Yeah. I don't even know what it's like, actually.
And I hear they bought the last bit of the PA in.
Is it in now? Did it arrive?
And when Dave went away, they touched and touched it, and there's only one side to go.
Who touched?
So will your next album take up one of the other concepts, or will it continue in the education, the one you're working on while you're on the road now?
I wouldn't really know, but at the moment I'm just putting material together and whatever ideas that are coming in and whatever I see happening, but I wouldn't know what the album will be about until it's done, because that's how it has always worked over the years.
I want to compliment you on Trinity too. I find it's I have a couple of your other albums, but this one I find is one that every song I like. Not that I don't like the other songs, but every song I play, I play the album. I'm the kind of person who, when I get an album, if I like it, I play it over and again.
Okay.
And this Trinity makes me do that. And that's quite I get a lot of music.
Yeah.
So it's a compliment to you.
Thank you very much.
That I definitely continue to play over and over again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where is the road taking you this tour?
Well, we now have just about a week in America. We've been here for a month and a half.
Okay.
And we just have about a week now left before we go back home. But we're only going back for 2 weeks. We're going to do some shows in Botswana. And after the 2 weeks, we come back here again to do some shows in South America for a month.
We're doing a little ceremony.
Birthday in the toilet. Doesn't flush. Water is gone.
For sure.
Okay.
This is talk about the toilet scene.
Oh, we talk about the toilet. Okay, there's no water. What you do is sit down there, do what you do, and there's water. I don't know where the water goes. Where does the water go? Water goes into a little box, and that's your toilet. Voila.
You're one of the few reggae artists now that are really still doing roots reggae. Burning Spear, and I probably can name a few others, but to me, I'm still locked into that era of music when it was really roots and, as opposed to dancehall, so to speak. When you're on the road, what's the reaction to? I mean, are other people saying this to you as well?
Yes.
That they're glad to see this continuous.
Yeah, that I'm still playing roots music, but that's the way maybe I want to keep it, and that's the way maybe this Peter Toshism is working, inside me, because I cannot think of any other way of expressing myself, except the roots style. I still like the real stuff, the Bob Marley, Peter Tosh style.
Yeah, I think that's going to go on. I was a friend of Peter's, so I'm always.
Which individuals are with you on this tour? Tell me the names or what they do.
This time we got a brass section. You remember last time we didn't have brass. This time we've got Raymond Mahona, who's playing drums, Chris Lamini, who's playing percussion, Jabu Sibumbe on bass, and Chris Ntaga on lead guitar, Dumiso Nyovane, brass section, and Jabu Mdluli also playing the trombone, and Vulindlela Yeni on the alto sax. And the girls, we've got Pumi Maduna and Carbon Tsele, and of course Tembi Kumalo.
What do they call in your language that sound you make with your tongue on the top of your throat that we can't do who grew up speaking English? Miriam Makeba has it. She said they call it the click.
Oh, things like well, it's just it ain't got a special name for it because it's a thing we use in our daily talks, you know. They call it click or click language or what, but it's just something we use in our daily lives, you know, like you know.
So those aren't really like exclamation sounds, they're really part of the language, like we have words in English?
Yeah,
sounds?
Yeah, like I say Ngicela uxolo, which means excuse me, you know, Ngicela uxolo, and you know, quite a few, you know.
Is there a basic difference between Afrikaner language and the language that you just spoke to us? Why, for instance, the kids in Soweto didn't want to learn Afrikaners?
Oh, that's a big difference because Afrikaans is like Dutch, and our language is nothing close to that. You know, it's a different thing, very different. Never even gets close to what we speak.
Were you surprised when the Nigerian fans were singing your songs from beginning to the end?
Not really, because I knew from many years ago that they know the songs, that they have the songs, even though they're not like legal copies, they're all mainly pirate copies, but I know that they love the music, I know that they know the songs.
I was about going to piracy. Your song is so popular in Nigeria, all over Africa. Piracy is killing the industry. What do you advise? What do you think is the solution to piracy?
Well, you know, it's something that the nation, the people themselves have to decide upon this, because you know, you and I as musicians, we cannot compare to guys in America or guys in Europe. You may be a big artist, but you may never be as successful financially as they are. So we are always being let down by our own people, you know. And when you die, you don't have any money. And then people think, oh, he was so famous, what did he do with his money? And yet you didn't get no money because they were letting you down by taping all these CDs and not buying CDs. It is killing music, yes.
You know, in South Africa, now a lot of people, as I said, are getting into reggae, but some of them are getting into reggae with the wrong concept of Rasta and reggae and all that, because they think being Rasta or being involved in reggae, you got to smoke ganja and all that, you know. But I just hope that with the little knowledge that I get from my friends when I'm out here, and when I go back home, I'll try get some of the things straight. I'll try teach them, you know, more about Rasta and all that. Since I'm learning here, it's not to say I'm on a tour, a musical tour and things like that, but I'm learning as well, because in South Africa we don't have the opportunity to get people who know more about Rasta and reggae and all that, you know. And so as I'm here, it's not just me, I'm even representing the people back home, I'm representing the Rastas back home, I'm learning. And so when I get back home, I'll teach them what I've learned up here, you know, because I got friends here who are teaching me things.
Ya hambani kukufika nti ayazi ulayituzana ningilungisele ini uyazike nawe
Yeah, Chief. We are Spela, as balance.
What's the thing you like the most about America, Lucky?
America, I think it's giving me the taste of freedom. You know, I'm free. I feel free when I'm here. It's nice. I like it. It's giving me a taste of freedom, like I say. It's nice.
Is there any real visible difference when you're on the street between here and when you're in South Africa?
Yes, because when I'm here, I can just walk in the street like any ordinary man with no problem. But in South Africa, I can't do that. You know, I got to say when I have to walk in the street, I got to be somehow in disguise, you know. Because the people, when they see me, they kind of mock me and all that. But here, it's different.
So it's not just the politics why it's different?
No. I'm you know, politics, I'm cool, no problem. Even in South Africa, because I'm not a politician. You know, I leave politics to politicians. I'm a musician, you know, so I deal with music, no politics. Because there are people who know a lot about politics. I don't know nothing about politics, you know. I'm just cool, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, Lucky, give thanks here, sir. It's a pleasure speaking with the man again for Reggae Strong.
Hayi-ke siyabonga sithemba ukuthi-ke sijabule kakhulu ukuthi siphinde sinibone ku-Reggae Strong. Nikhumbule-ke njalo ukuthi nobody can stop reggae because reggae is strong.